All right, there is still a firestorm going on online about people talking about how much they like or how much they hate or how upset they are with Bambu Labs for coming out with the X2D. And I've done videos, I've done 2 videos now about it, and I talked about how great it is and stuff like that. And I really do think it's great for what it is. And a lot of people try to come out and call me a Bambu Lab shill because it's terrible. It's not terrible. There's nothing terrible about this machine, okay? It may not be the right machine for you, but not everything is. Not everything's a hammer, dude. Steve, put the hammer down. That's a screw. Get a screwdriver. For you people who can't get past that, that's something up in your head. That's not in reality, okay? That is on you. But I'm going to tell you, though, the number one reason why a lot of you should not be buying the X2D. And this isn't a joke. And this isn't clickbait. This is real. At least I feel it's real, and we're going to talk about it. And it has nothing to do with the inherent problems of the machine as it sits. It has to do with, again, you need a hammer for a nail, you need a screwdriver for a screw, you need the right tool for the job. And that tool might be coming sooner than you think. All right, I did a video way back when, over 5 months ago, stating I thought that this is when they discontinued the X series, and they're like, oh, the X series gone, blah, blah, blah. It's all going to be P series. No, the X series was coming back, and I told you it was, and I had to do a dance, and I could do it again. You don't want to watch me dance, do my I told you so dance, but I can do it. You know it. And I'm going to do it again because the X2C is still coming. Now, this is not insider information. This is just common sense. And I'm going to show you the facts, and you're all going to agree with me after this. I bet you $1. Okay, here's the current lineup right now. We've got the A series. This is the entry-level series, okay? Now, I do see a lot of people online going around, and they're complaining. The A means this, and the P means this, and the X means this, and the H. No, it doesn't, dude. I hate to be the one to break it to you. The names don't mean anything. All right, I've watched interviews with the executives from Bambu Lab. They'll tell you it's a concept. They keep changing it. They don't mean it. Just sounds cool. They were trying to market to Americans, and they came up with cool initials. It's like, what does the was a BMW 335i mean? Well, there's different things, but I mean now it's kind of defined itself over the years. But when it came out with it, I mean the Porsche 911 was really the Porsche 901. Did you know that? And then who was it? Was it Peugeot sued it? Was it Peugeot or Renault? Somebody sued them. It's like, no, we do 3 digits with the 0 in the middle. It doesn't mean anything. Stop focusing on what it means or what you thought it meant when they started. They were a young company a few years ago. They didn't know what they were doing. They made a great 3D printer. The naming thing they're still working on. All right, so let's get back to it. A series. This is their entry-level series. And basically, you got something at about $200, and then you got the next one at $300. I'm not including the AMSs in this, because the AMS just stacks on top, all right? Whether you get the AMS Lite or you get the full, we're not talking AMS, all right? So, you got the A1 around 200, you got the A1 full, the mini around 220, 219, and then you get the full one at $300. And then we go into the P series. Fabulous series, okay? I run, half my print farm is P1Ss. I have a P2S, all right? And full disclosure, Bambu Lab they're not a sponsor. They haven't paid me, but they've sent me a bunch of 3D printers and stuff. But we were already using 3D printers in the lab, and it's a whole, full disclosure, all right? We have a relationship with them, but I've also gotten machines from almost everybody else at this point. I've gotten stuff from Anycubic. I've gotten stuff from I'm apparently getting something from FlashForge, Snapmaker, Cheaty, a bunch of other ones. So, I'm biased towards all of them, I guess. All right, except for one, and you know who that is. Anyway, so the P2S, fantastic machine, and it's a $150 upgrade over the P1S, and I fully believe it's worth that $150. But that's where a lot of people get upset, because then the X2D came out, and it was $100 more. And that one hurt a lot of people's feelings. A lot of people feel like they got betrayed. And it wasn't personal, guys. They didn't pull a fast switch on it and suddenly, they added features. It costs more. If you don't need those features, and a lot of people don't, everyone's like, But you know, the chamber heating is only $100 more. It's worth it just for that. If you print in PLA and PETG and you don't print in anything that needs chamber heating, that's $100 lit on fire that you will never use. And it's a thing that can go wrong with your machine, because once you start adding features, those are things that can go wrong. We always talk about that. You add electric windows to a car, that's going to go wrong. It's something that can go wrong. Is it likely to? No. But if you don't need it, you don't need it. When I buy a car, I don't sit there and buy a GPS system in it because it's on my phone. I don't need the car GPS. I hate in-car GPS, all right? That said, the X2D, excellent system. It's $100 more because you get extra features. You get the auxiliary nozzle. You get the chamber heating. It's a great system, all right? For the right person. That might not be you, all right? Then, but here's a lot of people going, but it's the X, so it's supposed to be the premier flagship. The X series is the flagship in the medium format, all right? Remember, we got the Mini, which is a small format, and then the A, the P, and the X are medium formats, 256 by 256. And then we got these things called large format printers. That's the H series. H stands for humongous. It doesn't. It doesn't. Awesome. It just makes stuff up. Don't latch onto things. Let it go. Write your feelings down on a piece of paper. Fold it into a little boat. Send it down the river. Okay. So this is the new flagship. It's the flagship full size. And there's an entry-level flagship, right? Right about here, the H2S. It's just like the P2S, but bigger, all right? It's got the chamber heater, it's got more features, it's bigger, it's more expensive. It's $1,250. It's not cheap. And then you go to the H2D. I've got 4 of those right now running in my peripheral. I have one H2S, I have 4 H2Ds, and I have one of the next one, which is the H2C, which is their flagship. It's the biggest. It has all the features. It's got the tool changer, the whole 9 yards. Okay? It's $2,400. It ain't a budget printer. Okay? That's where we're at now. But if you look at the system, we're at, on the low end here for the flagship here, you're looking at $1,249. Well, let's go back and look at that X series. $649. That's almost twice the price. I could back up a semi into that gap filled with $1,000 printers. What would they do with a $1,000 printer? Well, we already talked about this in the previous video, and I'm going to talk about it again, but I did even more engineering on this, and I got my little ruler out and stuff, and I'm not going to show you everything. I did it. You can do it yourself. It's not that hard. Inside the new X2D, and I did the measurements with the P2S, but the X2D inside there's the print head, and it's got the main nozzle and it's got the auxiliary nozzle, and then it's got a fan on one side and a fan on the other side. Where are you going to put a Vortek system? There's no way you can fit a Vortek system in there. It's all full. Is it though? Because here's the deal, and what we summarized before is when we looked at the P2S, and I'm like, they're going to use the same chassis. Sure enough, they did. I told you so, Dance, in effect. And I know I didn't warn the children. I'm sorry. I said if you took that 6 nozzle system, chopped 2 of them off, and if you look at the way it's engineered, it's almost designed to do exactly that. And if you chop those off, it would fit right into that. And I talked to an engineering friend, and he took measurements to it, and he's like, it would come out between 100 and 110, and you need blah, blah, blah. And he's like, it's almost like they designed it to fit right in there. He's like, and you know what's really funny? That fan is modular and meant to be removed. He's like, now some people will say, well, so it can be serviced. Sure. Or removed. Because guess what you don't need? You don't need that fan. You don't. Now, there's the fan on the other side that does heating and cooling. All right. And the whole point of that fan is to bring in fresh air when you're doing PLA and any other filaments that need to be cooled quickly. They could just overcharge the static capacity, put a higher static capacity fan on the other side, or just run it a little hotter, or just not, lower. They could play with. There's a lot of stuff they could do. They don't need the first fan. The right side fan doesn't have to be there. It's a luxury. It's a nice luxury, but again, for the person doing the multi, they don't need it. There's ways around it. I mean, the H2C doesn't have it. Just saying. All right, and it's got a bigger print bed. It prints just fine. That fan's not necessary. It's built to come out and would happen to just so happen fit exactly that. Now, let's go back and look at that price point, okay? Because how much is the upgrade for the Vortek for the H2S? It's like $700-800, right? But then they got to print. You got to change the head. It's got to go dual head. The opposite's going to happen on this one. You're going to go down to a single head. You're going to lose the auxiliary. I can't figure out a way, and they're better engineers than I am. I'm a desktop engineer kind of guy, you know, and I'm pretty good at building stuff, and I've been doing it all my life, and I've got an engineering mindset, but those guys are better than, they have more acronyms than I do, at least in engineering acronyms. I got a lot of other acronyms, just ask my wife. And so there is not a way to keep that head, have it bypass, and still hit the Vortek system. I don't see it. They could push it out, but then you lose print bed. I don't see it. I think the auxiliary nozzle is going to go away. So it's not going to be like the H2C where it's a full dual nozzle and one of them swappable. I think it's going to be a case of you got one nozzle. It swaps on the rack that has 4. So you're not going to get the extra 5th one. It's going to be a 4-color. But you know who else has a 4-color system? The people that are, doing the old snap maker here. I know, I've got one in the shop. It's a 4-color system. It's $900. How about this? The Flash Forge. It's $1,000 unless you buy it now. You put your deposit down. It's not out yet. It's $100. This is out. It's a great little box. It's not a professional box. It's not a high-end box. It's not fully enclosed. Yes, you can put a Tupperware thing on it. They're talking about coming out with one. Well, it's still not going to have a chamber heater as far as I understand. And people are like, I can print, all sorts of engine. No, you can't. I've seen the prints. We've all seen it. We've all seen it. Okay, we all know. We all know. It's yeah. Anyway, and I see people like, well, you can bot it with this, and you can add this chamber heater, and you can take a heat gun or a blow dryer. That's great. Okay, sit down there, Squirrely Joe. Anyway, $900 on that, $1,000 on that. What about Prusa? Let's talk about Prusa. All right, so your Core 1 upgrade. So we can get the index system now. Let's come down here and let's order the index system. Don't be index ready. Oh, you can't. You can't buy the index system yet. No. I'm on record calling Joseph Prusa a douche because have you seen him in the suit jacket and the black t-shirt looking all smug about, look at my great system, look how awesome it is. We're not letting any of you touch it or do anything with it. It's running a pre-programmed route that we carefully align, and we gave Bambu crap for doing stuff like this, and here we are doing it, and we cloned Bambu Lab with the core. He's a douche, all right? He's a douche who's ridden on the backs of open source, making him rich, and talking about how he's the champion of open source as he constantly carves out less and less open source. Anyway, another video for another time. I think they're good machines. I'm not saying they're bad. I think they're solid. I think they're really well made. I think they're ridiculously overpriced, and I think he's a douche. Okay? And I would happily tell him to his face. He's welcome to come to Montana. I'll explain his douchiness to him. Doesn't mean I think he's a bad guy. All right? My wife would say I'm an a-hole. And she would probably be right. All right? Anyway, Prusa Core 1, if you look at this is the basic, this is their mid-core system. Shut up, phone. This is their mid-core system. And what we're looking at is $1,500 for a mid system. But wait, it doesn't have a camera. You want to add a camera? Because the other ones have cameras. Filtration, the X2D's got filtration. You're now at $1,540. If you add the 4-color index system, that's going to add a minimum. Now they're claiming $400. I bet it's $5 or $6 by the time it actually comes out, because it's the founders who ordered it so they could pay a ridiculous amount of money to be beta testers. Still don't have it. It hasn't even shipped the founders. The X2C's been out for 5 months. The Snapmaker is out now. The Flash Forge, we're going to have Flash Forge in GTA 6 before the Prusa launches. It's a thing. Point is, it's ridiculously expensive. And then you got to buy, and then your film is just sitting out in the open. So you've got a $2,000 Snapmaker. Yay. Okay, and you could, I know you Prusa fanboys are going to try and burn me alive, but prove me wrong with the facts. Don't just be like, you just hate on Prusa because you said he's a douche. He looks like a douche. He acts like a douche. I don't care. The fact is, he's charging $2,000 for a machine that's not out yet, talking about how great he is and what he's doing for the community, when all he's doing is stealing from the open source community and still not delivering. I'll put a pin in that. The X2C is coming. Look what they did last year. They released the H2D and then the H2C. I tell you, by Christmas, people will be placing orders for the X2C. And this right here is why you need to not buy the X2D. Unless you want a engineering grade machine for $650 that has a primary nozzle and a secondary nozzle for doing supports. I'm doing some cool stuff right now with things that would just be ridiculous if I tried to do it on a machine that was a single nozzle. Okay, could I do it on H2D? I could do it on H2D, but H2Ds are making daddy money. They're working. All right, the X2C, that's my little test, bench now. That's my go-to. I haven't touched my P2S since I got this thing. I love it. It's great. But I do a lot of engineering kind of stuff. I do a lot of stuff that I have kind of been putting off because my H2Ds have been working, and trying to do it on a single nozzle is just a pain. And now I've got all these projects, so I'm like, I can do all sorts of things, all right? And I'm doing a special thing with a special filament company that's not Bambu. And we're working on a project, and I hope to have a video for you. It's going to take a little while, but when we get it, I'm excited about it. I'm hyped. All right. And if you want to see some cool stuff like that, make sure you chomp the old like button, smash the subscribe, ring the bell on the way out. Again, I'm not saying here, let me back up. I know I was about to close out. I'm just going to say this to clarify. I like the Bambu Lab system, not because of anything else. They don't pay me or anything. I like it because it was so good, it pulled me back into the hobby. I've been here since day one. I've been here longer than almost all of you doing this hobby. All right. I was working in tech in Silicon Valley. I was there for the beginning. I built my own systems. I built Delta systems mostly myself. I had, the standard Core XY kind of systems back in the day. I've had a whole bunch of 3D printers, and I'd go in and out and in and out because I just want, but before it was about tinkering. And now I just want toast. I want an appliance. I want to press the button and I want to get toast. Speaking of which, I'll try to pop it up on the screen. We now have I Want Toast merch. Also, you can get some 3D Print Rancher merch if you want. I just thought I'd put it out there. I like the I Like Toast one. I'm pretty happy with it. So check it out. Links down below. And I think they're great. And I think that the X2C is going to be a fantastic machine. But again, it's not going to be for everyone. Not everyone wants to spend $1,000. That's why the A series exists. Well, that's why there's a lot of people who are like, I'm only going to print. In fact, I mostly print in non-engineering grade. All my production stuff is non-engineering grade. I only use the larger machines because they're larger. All right. And I can print more at once, which means less bed swaps, cleaning beds, putting new stuff on. That's less of my time and more of those little clankers working to make daddy's money. All right. So you have to pick the right tool for the job. The X2D might be right for you. And if it is, I'm not saying don't buy it. I'm saying for the people who are sitting there who bought the P2S and are like, I'm going to have to sell my P2S to buy an X2D, hold your horses. Because if you're really wanting the X2C, it's coming. All right? Now, if you want to sell it now and maybe get more money for it, and then when the X2C launches, you can buy it, you do you. You're a big boy and or girl. And you make your decisions, all right? I'm just giving you the information to make those decisions with. And if that helped you, you know what to do. You all take care. God bless. And as always, shine on.